I've reached.
Hello, I'm Ren. I'm technical designer at UX is Fine, and today we're looking into finishing a game jam where you play an employee of a corporate, well, game development job in this case, and so yeah, we got some stuff cooking. Let's have a look. So this is one of the things I just had fun with. You achieve flow state during merge conflicts. We got these cameras that will spot you. I need to work on the sound. The sound's not great. I actually need to mute my music and do sound design. So yeah, the idea is I have a bunch of stuff left to do. I kind of finished the office space. I made a cool PCG this morning. We'll take a look at that. So I made a procedural content generation tool that creates these lights for me. And that saved me a bunch of effort. I'm going to put blockers in as well because I want some areas to be dark. I think this area over here, I want this to be a dark area. Yeah, so you we had a design. The game jam is red dot, and for the red dot, I wanted to do a streaming webcam, but then that sort of evolved into security cameras, and then that evolved into sort of a joke on sort of a Severance style inspired workplace that you get chased around. And so I whipped up this design, and it was complex, and I had to do a bunch of modeling using the modeling tools in Unreal. So in the previous streams, you can see me messing with the modeling tools quite a lot, setting up a nice pivot-based, like easy to work with kind of piece. Anyway, and rooms. I had to set up these rooms. I do like this. I really actually do like the idea that when you're in here, you might see the thing that is chasing you walking around. So I do want more of this double room. So I might just introduce a few of those around quickly before we crack on into dev mode. Before I do that, I do want to give another quick look at the flow. So you start in the corridor, you have your first camera and first door interaction. So that is here. You come out of this elevator, you get your sort of WASD intro. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yep. And then you have your first camera that you have to avoid. Now, if you get caught by this camera at the beginning of the game, the idea is I want to get all these lights to go red. And from behind you, although you can actually get caught here. I need to redesign this maybe just a little, because I want it to be the case that you get chased by the supervisor, which I had a drone. So we have this drone here, and I had a nice setup for this guy. So he flies around the corridors. He's got like sort of ominous voice that goes on. He's got this big red dot in the middle here, and I had a skin that I liked. I think it was this one. Yeah, so this is like kind of retro colored. So that's moving around the corridors, making its noise. And let's have a look at the graph. So you have to, I'm going to sort this door out here. There's going to be an element at the top that is like a red dot that lights up when you interact with this panel, and then the door opens, and then here will be another door with 3 dots above it. And so I'm hoping to illustrate to the player that they have to do the same interaction 3 times. Part of me wonders if there should even be a camera in this first section of the game. I did want to introduce the player to the idea, because what will happen is an enemy will come and you'll get caught, and the late for work will pop up on your screen because you're late for work. Gotta get to work. So the whole goal of the game is to clock in with your 3 leads, I guess, and then so you clock in at 3 different locations around the map, and they're randomized locations. We've got quite a lot of space to do some more double-sided windows stuff, because I did like that. So we had, I was trying to figure out what's going on here. Did I just duplicate this and not finish it? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so we have enough space to do one here. I do really like these rooms. You've got one see-through here, and the idea is there's no dead ends, because otherwise you'll get beat by the AI. I need to do the AI today. It's another thing that I need to finish. Trying to find good places to do this. I liked that this corridor was one of the ones that had no rooms. I was a fan of that. I'm going to disable the PCG, but before I do that, I wanted to show you what it does. So if we zoom out a bit here, and we'll disable the static meshes. So now we don't have any of those. I want to put a light in every gap. So first I found or tagged all these walls so I could get their position. And then I transform the points so I have like a central location. And then I create a grid of points that allows me to produce these positions. And then I need to get rid of anything. Well, first I want it to look like a light size, because that's going to help me visualize. And then I want to intersect with any of the geometry. So I take these actors again and I intersect here. So I end up with this map that I can use as a diff. And so now I've got this, but then I've got some overlapping pieces. And so I need to do something with these. If I merge all these points down and then prune it, I do get rid of any of the overlappers there is obviously a bunch of extra ones on the outside, but that's just par for the course. And then we get our lights. So that's a pretty cool little PCG. Saved me a bunch of time. I'm going to leave it off for a moment. We've got our drone. We've got our security camera. This material, that's pretty cool. I'm going to save that. Okay, so we don't have long, really. So I do need to sort of crack on, but there are a couple of wish list items that I have, so I'm going to get started on those real quick. I want to pop this guy over here, maybe. Could even extend this. Can't extend it in that way. Might be able to just do this. So we've got this room, and we might see the supervisor moving through there, and there's an entrance at the back here. What I can actually do is remove this, move these two over. We do then have this kind of awkward shape that I'm not happy with here. I'm not a fan when the walls aren't parallel. So I wonder if I can move this back one and then extend it, or even put it back here and then extend it out. Whether that actually lines up. Which it doesn't, but I can do it by eye. It's okay. I'm not super sad about doing a little bit of this by eye. I'm more interested in finishing the game jam than I am about my OCD. Let's go to 1. That's not good. Let's move this like this. Okay. So now we have another room, which is cool. We have this tiny room here, which was just a fun little one. Okay, and so from here, I am just going to lock off this area. So this sort of like divider I'm never really happy with. So what I'm going to do is just put this wall here. You're not going to notice, but basically, yeah, that's fine. It just covers up the vibe. I always want it to be like straight gaps, otherwise you lose. It loses some of the charm. Okay, so we got a new one of those in. I kind of want another one. Let's have a look at the distribution. We've got one on the bottom left. Now we've got one in the middle. It'd be nice to have one on the right over here. So let's have a play. This is kind of like the office. This is going to be a bunch of work rooms. One thing that I've noticed as well is like I just haven't made any large open rooms, and that's kind of sad. There's actually a nice space here to consider doing. Sort of here's an opening. I think this is the one where you actually have to get in from the back. So it could be the case that this is actually this way, and then get rid of all these. Possibly. do some kind of open space. It's not that cool. I'm just going to ignore the fact that we don't have any open rooms. Something I can consider for the full game. I'm going to have a fire escape over here. I am going to... see, there's a room here, but it's just a room. See, that could have been a glass room. Getting some messages somewhere. Let's have a look and hang out here. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's one of the guys. Hey, I got some chat. Sorry, I'm not even watching. How's everything going? It's going good. It's getting there. I have a decent number of things to still do. I often get caught up in the details, and that's what I'm doing right now. So, trust the process, play with the details, move on to the next thing. Just gonna, I'm just gonna, just gonna add another thing. Just gonna add another one of these. That's all I'm doing. It's nothing too crazy. Just gonna add. I'm just gonna do more. I'm just gonna do more. So that goes in there. This needs to open out sideways here. I have an issue with this bit, and I'm just gonna try and fake it till I make it here. Is that gonna look? Is that gonna look okay enough? Top of this is a bit weird. Yeah, you can see there's like significant differences in the materials to start with. Oh well. Get it finished. So the cool thing with the PCG graph now is when I edit the layout like this, it will actually propagate without me having to do anything. Like it will work. Just good stuff. Push this over, get rid of this guy. We do have those walls again. That's great. Let's have a look at moving these over. Sometimes it's a little bit hacky, and sometimes that's okay. I think I need to do is move it by some amount and then expand it by some amount. That just might make it feel, again, good enough. And so I can come in here. This room's now really thin. Yeah, this didn't really work, did it? Real pain in the butt to get these ones to work very well because of their awkward dimensions. What I could do is move it over. Three walls like this, and maybe that's okay. This is a bit wide now though. So that's kind of sucky. Let's open this out. Okay. So we've got another window room. That's cool. And we can see all the way down the corridor on this one, which is interesting. I do need to put things in those rooms, but I'm not going to spend too much, I guess, effort on that. Where were we? So we were trying to finish the office space. I should really finish up the desks. That's one of the things I should do. I believe I duplicated this to my art folder. Yeah, so I've got that here. This is the station that I wanted to do something with for the end of the game, so I'll do that quickly. So we go into the modeling tools, we go to triangle edit, we grab all this, and we just delete it, hopefully. Delete. Can we delete this? Delete? No? Okay. It's not going to let me do that. I would like to delete, please. Why is that not working? I want to take those triangles. I want to delete that. Cannot delete current selection. Wonder why. Wonder why. It's not telling me why. It just says no. Just says no. So that's annoying because this was going to be. Maybe I can planar. Maybe I can planar this. Plane cut. There we go. Whoop. Get rid of this. Make sure that we're nice and close to the pillar there. That'll do. And so, whoa, okay, let's grab that stuff. It's over. Basically got to make the final room. There is a room at the end, and I want the player to sit there. Do this. That is not a convenient place to work. Okay, that'll do. This goes in this room. And it's just like the only desk in this room. Again, yeah, very inspired by Severance. End of the game. Cool. This is the door that's locked. I haven't actually finished this door. Let's get that door sort of mostly in. Lock it in. Oh, did I actually duplicate that? I did not. Okay, so there's that. Delete this. Move this back. Cool. So that's our door that's going to take us through to our last area of the game. And change this because I prefer the other. One. You are empowered by mid-sprint scope changes. Which sound website do you recommend and what's your name? Oh, yeah. If you did miss the start of the video, we'll start the stream. I'm Ren Farnell. I work at UX is Fine. I'm a technical designer. I've been doing this for around 10 years in Unreal Engine, working on different projects that have shipped, like Starship Troopers and Squad. I am currently doing a games jam. I started yesterday, and we're going to try and finish it today. Call me Ren, or you can call me Loki. I go by Loki on social, so yeah, don't call me UX is fine. That's a good point. I should put my name in the title of the stream, so it's like such and such live with Ren, or yeah, probably just my real name is fine. Sound website, I use freesound.org and then I flick it onto Creative Commons 0 only, so I can just use those sounds and I don't have to worry about issues. I do need to redo the sounds as well. You have reminded me of that. I'm going to do a quick treatment on an asset that I was building. So let's go and take... Let's see if I can create an asset from scratch using these tools. So I want a cylinder, and I want it to be about 10 high. Oh, it's gone. Oh, well, that sucks. Let's just right click this and go to visibility, show any selected. And then go to unlit, I guess. Where's it gone? Okay, well that really just didn't work, did it? Visibility, show all actors. Cancel. Oh right, yeah. So now we're in like dark red mode. Whoops. What's that? Oh right. So got that guy in there. I was like, what's that in the reflection? That's weird. Okay, so I can't obviously make that over there. Let's make a cylinder. Cool. That's my little cylinder. I want it to be smaller. Let's do 20. Maybe 5. Radial slice is a decent amount because it's going to be seen by the player quite close up, so I want it to have decent fidelity. And the material is just going to be black plastic. So that's cool. I would accept that. And then I want a sphere. So 20 goes in here. Kind of snapping off. Could go 22. No, 20 was good. Okay. So this is going to be one of those red shiny. Red. What red have we got? That's not good. Okay, so let's just go find something that is shiny. it's shiny enough. And then I'll want to merge these. Accept. Okay. Well, I don't need this sphere because it's useless. For this mesh as well, I can planar cut. And I need to flip. Cool. That. Okay. This is going to be an asset that I use as. Oh, that one's good. I'll take that. An asset I use to. It's black, and then it turns on when you do the right thing, and hopefully trying to tell the player that they're doing the right thing is going to work. Get this to be hyper. And then it's going to be a red. Red dot. So I really need to group all these ceilings together. There we go. Hide the ceilings. And in here, I was hoping I could maybe shrink this down and bring it over just above it in the level. So oh no, where did my art go? Oh no. Where did my cool art piece go? Temp? No? Oh no. I literally just made a asset and now I can't find the asset that I literally like 2 seconds ago made. Yeah, go ahead. Like give the feedback. I'm open to ideas. I'd also like to find where the mesh I made went. If I create a new box, generates it in the map level. Possibly a bad idea. Let's go. Welcome. Yeah. That's the first door. And then we'll do the second door. So this gives a bit more context on my original idea, which is Probably get rid of this camera. You come out this elevator, you walk down this corridor, you walk forward, the door isn't opening. You click on this, which I might actually increase the size of. It's an ID card scanner, right? So you click it and maybe a card goes down on this, and then this lights up and the door opens. And that's a nice little sequence that you get. And you walk through and now you see 3 dots. So hopefully the connection is I need to find 3 of these in the map in random rooms across. Well, so you basically just get started, right? As a player, you're like, which way do I go? I guess I'll go this way. Then you'll see this. You may eventually come around and go in here, that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'm afraid of what the player might do if they don't understand what to do, and I don't want to show anything on the actual UI. I want to have it inferred by the environment and the story that you take, so through action and learning through doing it. So hopefully this starting part of the game, this flow works, because you've got 1 dot, then you've got 3 dots. We'll see. Might also just have a poster right here that's like clock in with your supervisors was something that I was going to do. In fact, I will put that in right now because that is also on the list of things to do. So I will go do that immediately. If there are area player needs to activate 3 red dots where ID are represented by unlit lamps and on the initial path from the elevator to the door to the area to the... Yeah, that was literally verbatim the game design. So you get your start door, it opens, the drone appears, and you get to interact with these three items. This is the panel, this is the door, the light goes above the door, and then the 3 lights above the second door. And so that's here now. So if that's the same idea you had, then maybe we're onto something. These need to be black by default, and then they turn red. So I need to do some visual scripting to make that happen, and we'll do some visual scripting in a moment in order to do that. Before we get there, I want to have a reminder here of what you have to do about this. So I'm trying to pick the right wording, like clock in with all 3, or something. Just answering a question. How about this? This sounds pretty freaking hilarious to me. I'm gonna paste it up in a second. So let's go here. Do this. Work begins after your ritual obedience is confirmed. I don't know. I don't like that. So this is gonna hopefully. I mean, what I could do is I could put the 3 dots on here as well, and that will even further confirm the player's suspicions as to what they're supposed to do. Let's grab it. There. Work begins after your ritual obedience is confirmed. Other options I have are authenticate thrice, proceed once. Kind of like that. What I need to do actually, I do need to do this, and I'm going to do it right now. Let us click here, create a subclass of this. The blueprint will be called BP underscore poster, and it will go in my red dot folder, and we'll have a new folder here, just called blueprints. And that'll be our poster. And in here, I'll add a widget component. Go and create a quick widget component. Use a widget underscore poster. I want the text on here to be dynamic rather than currently. What I'm doing is I'm saving it through Photoshop, which is just not smart. So we'll grab some text here. We'll drop that in. We'll wrap this with a size box. Size box will be something. It's going to be something. It's going to be like. Let's have a look here. What sort of size have we got here? 1500 by 2000. Okay, so we'll go 150 by 200. In this text block, we'll have this. We'll make it 12 units. We'll go center, center justified, wrap. Work begins after your blah, blah, blah. Might need to go smaller. Okay, so that is that piece. It's not saving. There we go. Then we pop that in here. Just turn off collisions. Put that in here. draw it desired size, flip it around. And we will need to size that down. Lock this, and we'll just go 5.4. Fine. It's not the right font, so I'm going to go and import a font. And the other thing I need to do as well is increase the scale of this by maybe 5 times. Because when you're rendering the widget, it's actually a render texture. So this is a render texture of like, actually be a bad idea. We'll see. We'll see how bad this is. It's probably going to be pretty bad. We'll see. I want it like that, but I also want like padding. I like this. Okay. And then I need a free font, so I'm just going to go and grab that. Free font commercial use serif. All right, see you later, man. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, hang around when you can. Have a good day. Like this. Okay, so that goes on the poster. This just needs to be sized down a little bit more. We're gonna need to bring the size box in width 700. Didn't make a difference. Do something like that. Okay, and the idea is here that we take this, we say, then begin. We already had one of this. Widget, get user widget. That's the poster. Get this function. Set this is multi-line text block, so that's good. Visible. And then we just click all of these, or these two at least, and we turn tick off. We don't need to tick, they're static. And I'm going to bring this in to that blueprint there. Damn it. Control P poster. So we've brought that in now, so we don't need to do that every time. Just put that up here. It's kind of big in comparison to the original. 6. There's also a spotlight there. Oh, 5 candelas. 10 inner, 50 outer. 3,500 temperature. It's just mimicking whatever that does. Okay. Doesn't need to do shadows. And then back in my Photoshop file, I can actually just this file export as blank poster. Oh, I already had one. Oh, okay. I'm a fool. It was already there. Using it. These lights are not the same. I imported a material for that. So we had art pics. Yeah, I'm just going to import the blank one. My construction script here. I'm going to grab this set material ID 1. Mr. Material. Because in some cases I might want to change that. By default, this is it now. Down a smidge. This can be posting live with this in our blueprint folder. I think all of this can be deleted safely. Yeah, I'm not using any of it anymore, so then we've got folder. New folder. Red dot. It's just like organizing all my files now. New. There'll be more blueprints, I'm sure. Redirectors. Okay, this can be deleted. Move this over. That's cool. And then not happy with the size of this. That. For this, need to import that's it. Because that's kind of annoying. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't get the user widget, and you can't create a widget. Widget. Yeah, you can't create a widget and you can't get the user widget. So this is only ever going to say work begins. That's annoying as heck. So we actually have to hit play in order to see the results. So we'll just do simulate. Yeah, there's no lights right now either. And this is bad. This is an unlit material on the widget. So we can come in here and be like, what we do? We could find that material, move it to our poster folder, use that. We will overrides and we'll make it lit, default lit. So it's still going to be lit. Okay, we're going to need to go deeper. Hmm. Still oddly lit. Still lit. Okay. This is weird. Why? Always lit. I don't want it like that. That's terrible. That, that ain't proper. Hey, folks, welcome back. I'm fighting with UMG materials right now. If I just turn the base color off, what happens? Okay, and if I turn the opacity off, what happens? Got a debug low. Okay, so now we just get a whole thing. Um, hey, welcome back. This, just trying to fix this widget right now. Weird. I'm a bit confused about this, but I'm about to find out what happens. Yeah, no, I can't see the blinking text. What a joke. Or maybe it's gamma correction on the widget itself. I don't know. Let's try that. Okay. Pain in the bum. And the fact that this, there's another thing that's just not working here. Why widget? Why? I'm going to change the name of this. So we've got m underscore poster widget. We've got mi underscore poster widget. It is used in poster widget, and my poster widget material is just a color, which I can change in the material instance. But I guess it makes a custom material instance at runtime, maybe? I have now made that material instance black, and it's just not doing anything to it. Only thing I can think of doing is essentially plugging it in. This doesn't make sense to me. Plugging it in and then changing the color of this. So we'll just, for stats, we'll just try 0.5. Okay, well, I can change this one now back to one of the funny. Or I can do this. That's gonna bother me forever. That is forever gonna bother me. I've got no idea. I've got a basically black text in a widget that goes through a material that has its color set to black and then gets put onto this poster. That uses this material instance that we just looked at. There's this black one that uses this material instance. How weird. I don't get it. Tint and opacity here, maybe? What's this? Maybe that actually affects something. No, it's 10:30 and I have not finished, and I've got other stuff to do today, which is just classic. I can't be running down the hallways and having. I'll tell you what, I could. The quicker thing to do would be to make this light longer, and then it at least explains why the text is completely lit. So at least that looks like believable. So work begins after your ritual obedience is confirmed. Authenticate thrice. Proceed once. And change this. Can't get more obvious than that. I mean, we're just like we're trying to spell it out to the player. You can never spell it out too much. You can never spell it out too much. Okay, so now this. Well, there's a volume here. This door. It's a blueprint. Let's grab it. Um, nice to know. My edit preferences did not get saved. maybe that was in a separate project. Anyway, so we're going to have an active Boolean. We're going to have a blueprint interface, BPI and activation. So I'm just going to close everything else down. We've got this BPI activation. The way this works is we're going to have activate, we're going to have deactivate, and that's pretty much it. And then in here, we're going to have the, I guess the handy little function that we can use in here. So class settings, add activation. We're going to, we're not even going to do it by overlap. We're just going to activate, and then we're going to play the door stuff. So that's for the door. This is going to get activated from an interaction with this tablet here. We're going to get rid of this box. Don't need that. Okay. We need a blueprint for interacting with everything. The glass door, red dot, blueprints. I'm going to bring over an interaction blueprint from a previous stream, because writing the boilerplate code like that just brings me pain. It's just a line trace that hits a thing. It's just laborious. I could just copy and paste it from the internet because we're allowed to use AI code, and we're going to pretend that this is AI code. As the jam rules are, we can use AI code, but we can't use AI artwork. It's okay to scrape the internet for working code, but it's not okay to scrape the internet for artwork. They are different, I guess. They are different things. Let's have a look here. So I have a project. I'm just struggling to find my projects right now. UX is fine. We've got... What? Try to remember which jam or which stream I did an interact component in. I'm literally going to go and look at our channel to remind myself what we've made because I can't remember. Horror template. It was the horror template. Okay, I did this in the horror template. Templates. Horror. Content. UX is fine content. Components. Interact component. Huzzah! Okay. I'm just going to show this in Explorer. Go back to content here. Just make a new folder. UX if content. And then in here, I'm going to make a new folder. Components. And then from here, I will go these portion of it, and then we'll do some stuff with that. So this needs to be a blueprint. Bam. It's going to be an actor, just BP underscore keycard panel or something, and it will go inside our where was I putting this? Red dot blueprints. Here we go. It just can go in there. That's fine. Replace the selected actor with an instance of a new blueprint class inherited from the selected parent class. No. Harvest the components. So now I should have an actor with a static mesh. Cool. And then in here we go to class settings, BP, BPI interact. So here now we go event interact, and then we can say we need a target door. Door that we just played with, the glass doors, object reference, that, and then from here we just activate. We don't really need a controller, that's fine. We can do this if we really want to. We can do that. We also have start and stop focus as part of this interact component. So when this becomes focused, I want to put a material around this. So I'm just going to make a quick material, underscore overlay white. What this is going to do, if I go to my map quickly and take a look at this static mesh, put this overlay material on it, and then bring it out. Let's start doing something with this. So interestingly, it's doing nothing right now, and that bothers me because it doesn't make any sense. Let's go. So there's a cool website that I use sometimes called blueprintuv.com. And so here we can search for overlay outline. This is an overlay outline material. We just copy this. It's plugged into world position, opacity mask, and emissive color. This is emissive, opacity mask, world position offset. And then this is obviously masked based on that. And it doesn't really need to be lit, so we'll go unlit. Color will go with white. Apply that. And it's still not done what I wanted it to do. What's supposed to happen is it's supposed to overlay a material on it. Let's go create material instance. Maybe it's because there's no size on the. Oh, the distance is 0.4. Ah. That material don't work. Maybe it needs to be two-sided. Aha. So now you're getting some outline. Oh, perfect. I would say. I would more so want maybe something like this. Now exponent. And we'll go with just like 1, and then we'll convert this. It's just now black. 0.04. Yeah, what we can do, multiply this two-sided sine thing that they were doing with my for now. Come in here. We've got two values for the for now. Sorry, not even a multiply. It's just we just want to add these two together. If we multiply it, we'll get what we had before and less. So yeah, so if that turns on and off, I think it's going to be enough of an indication that this is interactable. The only other thing that we would really need is a UI that comes up and says, this is the button that you should press. But we're going to go with, we should really do that. we should really tell the player how to interact. What a novel concept. Whoops, spelled that wrong. Novel, novel, interact is what I'm trying to spell. We'll go with E. To interact, although E could be a lean for this game, would be quite cool to have a lean. Okay, so on the keycard panel here, let's grab this, get rid of it. And on event construct, we just set overlay material to that cool white overlay. Overlay white. And then event stop focus. We would just set this to cleared. Hey, Tech Titans and Choosy, how you doing? Got double whammy. You guys joined 30 seconds after each other, but it's fine. How you guys? We are working on a games jam right now. You're probably just looking at blueprints, but let's actually jump into the game. It's been a minute since we jumped into the game, so maybe we'll jump into the game. There is a significant lack of lighting, so let's go fix that. PCG. I've got this PCG, which, if we pull it down here, I showed this off earlier. I was really happy with it. PCG is procedural content generation tool. I've got this like severance floor, and you can get all these items and then use them to diff against a bunch of dots that I generated, which I then create lights from. So now let's hit play. Type of game, U5.6. I'm doing a game about being late for work, and so our job is to put an interact component on. I can't get through the door anymore, guys. I can't get through the door because I'm halfway through coding. All right. Authenticate thrice and proceed once. Work begins after your ritual obedience is confirmed. So you're in this like office-based structure. like sort of, you know, dystopian feel. And we got, you know, we got all the bells and whistles. We got Liminal, we got Nanite, we got like super reflections, we got all of it. We got PCG, we got enhanced input. What don't we have? We don't have gameplay ability system, but that's okay. Oh, so we're back here now. Yeah, and so the idea is going to be that you interact with that to open this door, and then you have to find 3 more of them across the map, and I'm going to go and do that. You're also working on a horror game. Awesome. Horror games are cool. Oh, and there's a thing that chases you as well. I haven't got to that part yet. Oh, I guess technically we have done the office space, so I could probably change the checklist. File, export as PNG. Gotta go find my checklist. There's my checklist. Conveniently, I only had 1 crash, so that's been good. I use half Blueprints, half C++. Nice, yeah. I use C++ when I need it. I use Blueprint the rest of the time. If there's something that is affecting performance, or if there's something that's not exposed, I'll just jump into C++ and sort it out. But generally speaking, I'll just all Blueprint. Let's go. I've shipped games on Blueprint, and no, it depends what game you're making, right? The games I make are technically simple, so. Alrighty, so we were part way to getting this to work. We need to go to our character, who is the suit dude, and we need to add an interact component to him. We're going to add that to his first person camera. And upon interacting, actually, I think the interaction's in here. Yeah, nice. Yeah, there you go. Suit dude. Well, that's not working. Do I need to do something? It's not ticking. Why is it not ticking? It's strange. It's rather strange, I would say. I would say that that is broken. I would say that that isn't working. I'll begin play, find the owner. Oh, I know why. I know why. So in the game I was building this for, it was for a multiplayer game, and I would not enable tick on this unless you were the owner. And so what we can do is event receive controller changed, and if that's valid, then we will ask if it's locally controlled, and if it is locally controlled, we shall get this interact component and set tick enabled. That should solve all of our issues. Whoa! Oh! Oh! It's definitely interactable. Activate. Pawn. Controller. Door. Oh, I didn't set the door. I didn't set the door. It would help. It would help if I set the variables that I set up. Door. Let's see if this works. Right. Bam. Oh yeah, and then I'll change the color on that big red dot as well. It'll be black by default. Okay. This material is a little bit sus. A little meh. Content. Red dot. Blueprints. overlay white. That over to my other screen. We'll play with this a little bit. Doesn't seem to do anything. Apparently I can also trace through walls, so that's fun. Why is it super duper white? Because I used the default and not the instance. Smart cookie. I'm probably just gonna... here we go. Right. Wait, can I interact with the game, please? But it looks garbage. Like a non-post-process way of doing this. It looks a little bit funk. It's not exactly clear right now either. So I think what I'm going to do is I will leave that like that, but I'll also add just a generic min opacity. We'll also add min opacity to this, which will be 0.1 by default. Did that work? Huh. Is that a mask? I believe it's a mask, isn't it? It's a mask. Let's make this translucent. Boom. That's looking better. Might need to add some contrasts in to certain places. Oh, come on. Why? I just made you awesome, and then you just suck again? Uh-huh. Okay, there we go. Right. So you look at that. Oh, I should probably have a dot in the middle of the screen. Okay, so you come over here and you're like, no, the door's not opening. Ah, this thing. Maybe I'll just do it on click. I feel like the first person someone's going to do is like, or one of the things that someone will do is click. Let's do it on click. IMC underscore default. I'm not even going to tell you that you have to click it, but I reckon people will just click. Oh, it's opening. Okay, so we got this thing. We have a keycard panel. So what we'll also have is a dot. And that will just be, I think I called it dot. No, I didn't. It's just a static mesh actor. So if I compile that, come back in here, grab this, grab this, grab this, we have that cylinder. That's cool. What we're going to do is, firstly, we're going to take MI color red. I'm going to set it to black. Cool. Save everything. After we interact, we're going to get the dot. We're going to get material by mesh component 1. Actually, we could just set vector param on materials. We'll just do it to all base materials. Set base color. That's a bad idea, actually. Set vector. No. This is a bad idea because it would change the color of the black part. We probably don't want. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Not cool. Not cool. Create material instance for 1 will be of the red. There. Parameter for base color. Ooh. Base color. Put red here. Get rid of that. Cool. That should fix that. Next thing is to have 3 more of these. They're going to need to be linked in some way. They're going to be linked in some way because we need all 3 of them to be on. Or the door opens, and then we've got the final part of our game plus the AI enemy to sort out. So, God, there's a whole load of moving parts now, actually. First, let's duplicate this and tag it with just objective, I guess. Then start putting them in different rooms. There, there, here, 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 2 rooms back there. Bottom left, down here. Okay. Make sure that we're sticking these walls. We're just going to randomly pick 3 from the web. Disable that. So now we've got a bunch of those around the map that have a tag on that we can then use for a new blueprint. So we'll just go blueprint, actor, BP underscore main door, or something. This isn't how I would make an objective system in a real game, but we're just going to do this real quick and easy. We're going to call this panels. Key card thing. Yeah. Be an array. Then begin play. Get all actors of class. I'll do this as quickly as I can. For these, shuffle them. And for each, set panels like this. And then reverse each loop. And then print this for a second so I can remember what actually happens here. Actually, what I can do is I can just go through each thing. And if this is more than 2, destroy this. Then stops this to 3. The objective in the world, press play. And over here, if I type in keycard, there's only 3 panels, and I have a reference to those 3 panels. Right. Then from there, we need to do some objective stuff. I guess we're going to need lights, be static component. That will be those 3 dots at the beginning of the game. So go add those. Two, 3. Exactly what? 1, 2, 3. Cool. Those in here, please. It didn't work. No, you're not gonna let me do that. Oh, is it? Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm a fool. It's a static actor. Static mesh actor for that one. 1, 2, 3. Drag that into there. Oh, come on. It's not letting me do it. That's annoying. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's the 3 lights. Each one of those 3 panels that you interact with is going to trigger that. So we'll go here, just type in interacted. I'll create keycard panel panel. Okay, and so for each of these, actually, I'll probably just do it here. Assign interacted, and when it's interacted, 2 things will happen. B, no, was interacted. Set this to true. Oh, this already has its own thing. I actually don't. No, I do need to do it this way. This let's go like this. Fact. Not good. Not good. I guess what I could do is I could just be like, there is no door for this actor, so we're not gonna do anything else. I just realized, like, I don't want it to open it. I don't want it to immediately activate a door. That would be terrible. Which means I need to go and get all the panels except the first one. Clear that door reference. That's bad. And may as well clear this as well. Keycard panel, interacted, so. That was interacted to true. This is going to branch so that we don't do the focus logic. And after we've interacted, we're also going to remove our overlay. I'd do this all through functions if I was doing a proper project. Hey, Phoenix. Sorry I missed your message. Around. Oh, it's only been a minute. Yeah, cool. I'm good. I'm currently working on a game jam where you have to get your. Why I did that? Oh, I know why I did. You have to click a bunch of buttons to get through a door, and you're being chased by an evil entity. It's very simple stuff. Get actors tag. Actor tag. Get all actors. Oh, actors of class with tag. So this will be quick to do. This one is. I think I called this objective. I actually forget. What tag did I give these ones? I did give it objective. Ah, memory serves. So actually what I need to do is grab this, shuffle this, plug this in here, get rid of that, plug those in, and now I can go through the door. Oh, you finished your first jam? Nice, yeah. It's always good. I'm guessing interacted is true by default. Keycard panel, interacted. It's not. Oh, right, yeah. I just did that the wrong way around. So as long as you haven't been interacted with, you're allowed to have a nice material. Need to put sound on it. Authenticate thrice. Okay, so let's do the objective. So we actually don't. We've got panels. We're going to randomize that. We've got 3 of those. We interact with it and have a little int called interact count. We've got lights because we do have 3 of those. And so what we'll do is we'll get the corresponding light to the index of this panel. And we will do we'll do this to that light. Oops. So that'll turn a light red every time you press one of the 3 panels that are throughout the map. We'll also add 1 and save this interact count, and if that's more than or equal to 3, which obviously should never be more than. That's when we're going to open our door. And so here we just need a door reference. Door, it's a glass door. It's visible. We grab it. We activate it. Easy. Right. This is going to take me a minute to do it, but let's see if that works. Okay. Going through. We always stay on the left, right? We always stay on the left in a maze. You make it so that if you stick to the left, you immediately just end up going in like a... Because I know people are going to come in and be like, stick to the left. Okay, so it's not in that one. It's going to be more creepy when there's something running around, I guess. Something there. And I've been significantly unlucky. It's not on this side at all. I know there's a room around here somewhere. Starting to wonder if there is any. Why is there a visual bug? Why is there a visual bug? It might just be the rendering. I don't know. Unsure. Though I appear to have. Oh no! Here we go. 1, 2. Son of a. Didn't work. Also, we forgot to set the door. That would help. Door. Pinkish shape flashes on the screen. Yeah, I think it's when you turn quickly, maybe, right? I think that might be solved when you cook the build. We'll see. But yeah, sometimes when you turn fast enough. Okay. Got my door set up now. There's something going on in which this panel interaction has an issue, so we're just going to say as long as this is more than equal to 0, you can go here, and we'll also remove this from the list. If this is empty, we will activate the door. Let's go. Let me in. I need to go to work. I guess I'm not shuffling it correctly because this always seems to be the same now. Okay. Well, at least I can go and look at the main door. I guess because I was removing indices from the array, it became 0, so it didn't work. Yeah, fair enough. So then you come through the last final hallway of many, many, many cameras, which is going to be something I do in a little bit. Need to extend this ceiling. Wow, that's tiny. Why is that so small? Am I just huge? What's going on here? Is this a desk for ants? Anyway, cool. So it's mostly good. Yeah, we have a little bit of an issue in here. Let's just do this. And then find out why. Our interact thing went up by one, then two, then three, and then it should have activated. But instead, what happened was it kind of went through here 2 times. So, well, yeah, well, I actually don't want to shuffle it right now because I want to be able to run down that one corridor and just trigger it over and over. Look, don't. I would like to know why this is triggering twice, to be honest. So let's just go to the interact component. I think what's happening is I'm supposed to. I called the wrong thing on here, so I'm supposed to just init owner, which is it becomes local owned and etc. So that should fix the problem. I need to make that red dot like really bright so people are like, oh, the whole area has become red. Yeah, I saw that pink dot over there again then. Yeah, every now and then. I think it's the loading of the geometry. I've actually lost myself. I don't know where I am. Now I know where I am. Didn't work. Didn't work. Oh, going on. Yeah, I think that pink is like the color of the sky in the background, and I might be able to fix it if it doesn't. Yeah, I've interacted with these, but it's not triggering. Interesting. No, no, set it to true. Event graph. Definitely is going to hit this, which is going to do this, which will unlikely do anything. But then we have got this stat interact right here. Keypad. Stat interact interacted. Huh. I wonder what's going on there. That doesn't seem to work. Let me go grab those first 3. Where is it? Where are the first three? These three over here. Put those. I will be right back. And I am back. I'm back. Okay. I wanted to check the stream, but can't read anything with 720p. Is it 720p? Check my output here. Huh. I mean, it says I'm not, but I guess I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, if it's 720p, then we have problems. And I don't know how to solve those said problems. Nice, yeah, fair enough. All right, so we've got our 3 interact pads. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll have to. You could always post a screenshot on my Discord, and then I can have a look. Why did it put me back there? It's another B. What's going on with this? E-card panel. Call interacted. Main objective. Oh, I disconnected both of them. I'm a farmer. Current camera. Serious. Yeah, fine. I'll do it properly. I'm pretty sure it's going to work now anyway. Where's the last one? Hello. Okay. So from here, I need to roof back on. Visibility, show all. Yeah. What's going on? Can't group them. There we go. So then the other thing. Well, that's the objective. So let's mark the objective off the list. We're on to the wandering chase drone next. So he's going to wander around all the rooms. That's, well, all the corridors at least. There's one thing I want to do. I want to put 3. I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. And I wanted to give these a tag of test. And then on the main objective, if we're testing, we find activate those. Now I can go objective test. That's good. We'll leave that on for a bit. Okay, let's get some nav mesh going. Add nav mesh. So we just need to encompass our main play space. But not, but we don't want to encompass the ceiling. Don't want to encompass the ceiling. There we go. We don't even need to encompass the walls. Okay, cool. So we have this nav space. And I'm going to create some modifiers as well. Nav balance modifiers. These will be nav area null. I'm just going to put these around basically everywhere I don't want nav, because I don't want the AI ever attempting to get anywhere outside. Or inside in some cases. What I can do as well with these nav boxes is because they mostly exist, well, they exist outside of the corridors. So I can use these nav boxes as a negating volume for my PCG. I just tag them and I should be able to find them because they are actors. And then I can use them as a diff node to get rid of the lights that I don't actually want. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so no one's probably seen it this stream, but we do have these cameras. These cameras are part of the game. No one's seen them. So I haven't been working on them today. There's gonna be cameras sort of like dotted around, and then every time you hit a button, there'll be more cameras to the point where you're intended to get chased. And then I need to do some work where I turn the lights red and flash them and stuff. Okay, so we have a nav mesh, so now we just need an AI character. Let's go blueprint. Actually, what AI options have we got? Artificial intelligence. Nope. Yes. Work. Edit. Plugins. State tree. AI state tree. Yep. Oh man. Open? No, it's still opening. Okay. Okay, so we should have state tree, which is good because we like state tree, and we'll use. I wonder if this is the one. No, that's going to be a whole component. We just want a schema. The AI. Let's keep it simple. So what happens if I do pick this? Is it the same? AI component schema. AI component. Yeah, okay. Just a quick button. Okay, so we'll have a few states. We'll have wander, and we'll have chase. A few meaning too. For wander, we'll have a child state. We'll have a child state which will have a task. In fact, let's not even do that. Let's just say, wander, what do? You have a task. You must complete all tasks before you may continue. One of your tasks is a blueprint class task. State tree blueprint base, STT underscore find move location. And to do this, we're going to need to put down a bunch of actors. So we'll go blueprint. Actually, we'll just use. Let's move this. Let's do this part first. Target point. So we've got one of these in the level here. I just move this down. There. We're going to put these at sort of all the major intersections as I find them. I think that's good. I think. So now grab all of those and then tag them. Just call it path node. Back in our state tree thing, we have a enter state, and so when we enter this, we're going to get all actors tag, get all tag. Oh, come on, type correctly. Get all actors of class with tag. It's a target point with tag path node, and we just randomly pick one of those and promote that to a variable, which is next, or just a move to node, and that is an output. So that just goes in here, and then we finish execution. We finish task true. So we can save that, come back here, wander. Our first task is to find a move location, and our next task is to move to it. The destination target actor is from our STT move location, move to node. Acceptable radius, say 50. And that's that. And then after that, we're going to wait. So we'll have a delay, it will be 2 with a random variation of 1. Now, we need to know about our target. So we're going to create an evaluator. State tree evaluator blueprint base. STE underscore, let's call it AI. And so in here, we override, we get tree start, we get our AI. Just come with an AI. Yeah, winner. Yeah, state tree. Okay, well, we'll have a variable then. And we'll just call it AI. And this will be an AI controller. This will be an input. So as long as this is valid, we will actually make one. Blueprint class, AI controller. BPAI controller. We open this up. We're going to have a target in here. Actor. We're going to have some senses. we'll use perception, AI perception. It's got some events that we like. Add event on perception updated. And then we can say, get perceived actors. Get currently perceived actors for the sight sense. And here's a valid index. In fact, we can just say, is it empty? And if it is empty, target is nothing. And if it's not empty, then this is the target, because it means we can see the person. All right. That. Go this with that. And back in our STE, all we're doing is we're just promoting this to our own variable. They promote this to a variable just called AI. I guess. Because on tick, what we're going to do in fact, what we could do is we could just save, I think we could just save this as an output. And this is a context. And then here we add STE. We have AI is a context, is our AI controller. And our output is the proper AI controller. And so what we can do in Wonder State is we can transition over to, we can say on tick, transition to chase if the condition of an object, which is the STE AI target being valid, will go to chase, and we'll do the opposite transition on tick, go to wonder if the target is not valid. And so for this chase, what we do is we just have a task that's just moving to, and the move to target is the STE AI controller target. And we'll say it's 50 unit spacing. We'll also have a task in here. So STT underscore attack. When this begins, we'll take text. Okay. And we will target. And we'll also have a context target, which is the AI controller. Ask if the distance to the AI controller's control point is less than or equal to, just saying here, like 50, promote to variable distance. That'll also be, it won't be context actually, that'll be an input. So that the difference is a context already exists and an input is something that we want to configure. We just have a branch. And I'm just going to say if that's true for now, just quit game. And then we can do some stuff with UI later. Because it's almost lunchtime, we've got 10 minutes to test this. So back in our STE, we had a task for moving to the AI. All of these must be complete. We're going to now do an attack. The target is STE AI target. And our context is this. Our distance. Oh, Did I accidentally mess that up? Input. Close. Reopen. What was that noise? That noise sounded like I have a calendar meeting. I do have a calendar meeting. Okay then. Well, we will get back to finishing this AI in another episode because I've got a meeting now. And also because this doesn't work. It seems to have probably just got confused. So I'm just going to delete it, compile it, take a look at this. It's gone. Come back, promote it to a variable distance, make it an input, compile it, look at the STE. No, it's still there and it still wants parameters, distance, parameter. Okay, so 50. So that'll be cool, and we'll also make the AI poll. So thanks for joining. I was Ren, and I was doing a games jam. I'll be back tomorrow as well. I'm gonna be back in like 3 hours or 2 hours maybe to carry on with this, and we will try and get some better sounds. We'll get some scary. We'll get some. We'll finish off the end scene sequencer stuff. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. It's not going to be finished today. It'll be finished tomorrow. But it is cool to do a little vertical slice of something every now and then when the inspiration strikes. So yeah, I will catch you guys out on the Discord. Like and subscribe, all those good things. What else have we got? Yeah, we'll be streaming like every morning. So yeah, stay tuned. Cheers.